This is Dave Espino, and on today's Daily Hustle, I want to talk about faith. The topic of faith is very important when you're an entrepreneur because it takes a lot of faith to become successful. You first have to have a vision in your mind, and you have to go after that vision. And to do that, it really just takes faith. You have to believe enough in yourself, in your opportunity, in where you're going, in your skills. You have to believe that you can do it before you can actually do it. So faith is really important when it comes to being a successful entrepreneur. So I want to share today something that one of my Facebook friends said that I thought was very profound and when it was very helpful for me when it comes to the topic of faith. And I want to add a little bit more to it because this can really be unfolded in so many different ways. So here's what he said. He said, "We always hear have more faith. These are some tips to help you increase and hold on to your faith. We have the tools to fight doubt, fear, and worry. How to increase your faith." Now, here he gives some great tips on how to increase your faith. I think they were very valuable, and I want to add a little bit more to it because we at the Daily Hustle, we're all about having a positive mindset and positive action. The two main things you can control are your mindset, your ability to focus and your ability to stay positive, and your action, your ability to take massive action toward your goal. So today we're talking more about mindset and staying positive. So here's how to increase your faith. Number one, eliminate negative conversations. This is key. Sometimes this means eliminating negative people from your life, from around you, from social media. Always be looking for and guarding yourself from negativity because negativity is the counterweight to faith. Negativity brings your faith down and it automatically just brings you down. And it's very difficult to succeed if you're in a negative environment. So I love that one. Next, eliminate negative experiences. What you see, what you hear, and what you touch. Negative experiences can be anything from negative news. Every time I watch the local news, I call it the bad news because it seems like all they show is bad news, bad things that are happening, bad things happening in your local area, murders, everything that you can imagine that's negative. So be careful and guard yourself from consuming too much of that negative information. Uh, Unless you have some control over it, or unless you have some way to change it, don't consume it. That's a good rule to follow. What about what you hear? A lot of us listen to music that is not the most uplifting or the most positive music. A lot of times, the music we listen to can just really get you down. And you may think it's cool music or it's good to listen to or whatever, but be careful and be wary of what those lyrics are saying because that's going on in your mind and that's affecting your mindset and your attitude. So be aware of that stuff. Eliminate negative entertainment that provokes fear, anxiety, i.e., news or reality TV. Now, these are a lot of different subsets, right? Fear could be anything like horror movies or anything that's real negative or real downer type entertainment. Anxiety, anything that makes you, more anxious, more nervous about things. News, we just talked about. Reality TV is kind of interesting because a lot of reality TV is just trashy stuff, and you don't want to fill your mind with trashy, entertainment. You want to fill your mind with entertainment that's either uplifting or educational, or even better, invest in yourself and take online courses or read books, listen to positive podcasts and things like that. If you can just make that shift of taking all the entertainment that you consume right now that's negative and switching it with positive online courses, with positive books, with positive podcasts, with this Daily Hustle video series, you would be amazed at how big of a difference that will make in your life and in your success trajectory. How much faster you can achieve success by simply switching out negative, fear-inducing, anxiety-inducing, horrific, stuff with positive, uplifting, and enlightening stuff. So be aware of that. It's so important. Meditate on positive thoughts, thoughts that make you feel good, remind you of your value and of God's love for you. It's always great to meditate on positive things and stop meditating on negative things. See, the problem is when we consume negative information, negative media, negative music, negative movies, we end up meditating on that, whether we know it or not. And that ends up creating a negative spiral. So you want to always create a positive spiral. Imagination. Imagine the best case scenario. A lot of us have been brought up, whether it's from our parents, grandparents, sometimes even generationally, we've been brought up to look at the worst case scenario, or what's the worst thing that can happen, or to be worriers about things. And one of my favorite mentors, Art Williams, once said, 99% of the things you worry about don't happen. So why worry? And it's true. If you look at all the things you worry about, if you're one of those worriers, right? 99% of those things are not going to actually happen. So why are you worrying about it? Why not take that mental energy and use it in a positive way by consuming good, positive information? Meditate on God's promises. Meditate on a scripture that brings you encouragement, instruction, or comfort. There's so many great scriptures that you can meditate on. There's even a little book that's something like God's promises to you, that has nothing but all the promises that are in scripture. So these are all positive things that you can meditate on, that you can use to uplift you and to keep you positive instead of negative. And this is from my Facebook friend, James Johnson. So I want to do a little shout out to James. Thank you so much for this great teaching today, James. And I wanted to share it with my audience, and I hope you approve of it. Hope you like it. That's today's Daily Hustle. I appreciate you all. If you like what we're doing here today, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I read all your comments. I respond to all your comments. And I'm here to serve you. I'm here to be sure that I help you achieve the success you want to achieve with your online business. And let me tell you, online business is booming right now. It's a mega shift. This is where you want to be. So be sure to like, comment, and definitely subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Hustle.